So picking up on our interview is Dan Hoffman. He's here, former CIA station chief and Fox News contributor. You know, Dan, what really struck me was he sat down with the Taliban in 1998, tried to get them to cough up Osama bin Laden. They refused. He put pressure on them to renounce and stop supporting al-Qaeda. They refused. So is it folly as the U.S. now sits down with the Taliban in Doha? Is it folly for us to think that they change? They told us they're not going to cooperate in dealing with al-Qaeda.
Well, the Taliban has not changed. And if you think about, have we left the Afghanistan in a better place now than how we found it? I think the answer to that is pretty clear. Afghanistan is a terrorist state right now. The Minister of Interior in the Taliban government is Sirajuddin Haqqani. He's the leader of the Haqqani network, notorious for conducting suicide attacks against innocent civilians and coalition forces and allowing al-Qaeda to homestead on their territory. So I don't think that the Taliban has the inclination, really, to take the fight to the terrorist enemies in Afghanistan, especially al-Qaeda. And when it comes to ISIS, yes, the Taliban and ISIS have battled one another, but the Taliban was an insurgent force. They successfully fought against us for 20 years and outlasted U.S. and our NATO partners and the central government of Afghanistan. But they are not an effective counterterrorism force. They're not going to go hunt down terrorists, especially those seeking to do the United States and our allies harm in the region and beyond.
What type of threat does ISIS-K pose to the Taliban? I mean, look, it's pretty astounding when you have this horrible attack in the mosque. We just saw the video, and they're throwing up their hands, you know, with us, saying we're not going to cooperate with the U.S. to rein in al-Qaeda at all.
Right. Well, there has been for years, since ISIS founding in 2015, ISIS founding in Afghanistan, that is, in 2015, there's been lots of conflict between the Taliban and ISIS, and a lot of military attacks from ISIS against Taliban strongholds and vice versa. But the thing about this, for the Taliban's perspective, is they know the United States sees ISIS as a major threat to our national security. And for the Taliban, more than anything else, that's leverage. They want to be recognized diplomatically. They want humanitarian assistance. So they're not going to give this up for free. Even if they had something to offer us, which I don't think they do, not very much at least, they're not going to give it up for free. They're going to want something from the United States and our allies in return for any sort of cooperation. So prepare to sit down, if you're Secretary Tony Blinken, and negotiate with the Taliban. That's negotiating with terrorists. Not an easy thing to do.
Do you think that Anthony Blinken should sit down with the Taliban? Look, the foreign minister of the Taliban, he's saying he wants the billions of dollars in funds, you know, owed to Afghanistan released. They want the money.
Yeah, I think it's fine for the Secretary of State to sit down with the Taliban and have discussions. I think we should be fairly realistic about where those discussions are going to lead. And my goodness, the Biden administration needs a real option here to deal with the threats emanating from Afghanistan. I still haven't heard that. You know, over the horizon is a pleasant-sounding phrase for dealing with terrorist threats, but there's really nothing specific about how we're going to detect and preempt those threats before they're visited on our shores. That's at the heart of this. Al-Qaeda and ISIS are active in Afghanistan, and we have no way, like we used to detect the threats with good intelligence collection and then launch kinetic attacks when appropriate. And that's my concern going forward. Afghanistan's a terrorist state, and we are unable to do anything about it. And that's the lesson from 9/11. When you give terrorists ungoverned space, they're going to plot and plan against us.
Plot and plan against us, our interests, our allies. Prince Turki Al Faisal made it very clear his country was attacked first, and says the Taliban may be giving promises, but the international community must hold them to account. Dan Hoffman, good to see you as always. Thank you for stepping in.